New hope at all. Once again, it's sad to say, of all these years since the quest, he does not know his fucking audience. How come he doesn't know his audience, man? All these years he doesn't know his fan base.
He tries to I have no idea.
Yeah, he doesn't know his audience.
And after this bullshit he said in JCVD, I don't get it. I mean, you're talking about how you want to do your career. So instead of doing a big budget, big event movie, you don't do a shitty sequel in which you're in it for 5 minutes. Well, actually 10 minutes. And then you don't direct some pretentious piece of shit movie. Good job, Van Damme.
Yeah, wibbity fucking do.
Fucking golf clap.
Yeah, what's that golf clap? My man at work. There you go. My people don't know what the fuck that is. And that's basically the last one on the list, pretty much. So you can see how our expectations were high at Van Damme early on in the career. Of course, when you're kids, you know, and then plus into adulthood, which are still fun movies, you know, like Hard Target or whatever. But lately,
with like an epic 20-minute rant.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know some of our friends will love this to death, you know, who watches like Phantasm and Cyborg Ninja and was a Porter Player, I think, or any of the other guys. I mean, it's more your people than mine, but you know, they'll enjoy this stuff pretty much. But anyway, I guess Van Damme's lost us, I think. Sad to say, he has. And the whole thing, I guess, with him trash talking Stallone did not help anything. Like when Stallone's injury, like Stallone had left something on his site when he showed X-rays of his injury. His neck he sustained in Expendables.
Yeah, basically breaking his neck.
Breaking his neck and everything like that. And I don't know. I guess maybe Van Damme might have said something because he looked like he made that reply back to what Jean Claude has said. I don't know.
Like it's a publicity stunt.
Yeah, you see, it's not helping things. Because if I have to go on whose side is what, I go on Stallone's side. Because Sly is a pro. Sly knows his audience. Dolph knows his audience.
And I can safely say, like, I'm a fan of Van Damme. The guy is shitty in interviews. He is shitty on commentaries. To me, because the guy, like, he tries to be smart, but he pulls it off not too well.
I mean, some of those interviews he did back in the day with Arsenio, they were fun interviews. I liked those, but the recent ones, they're like half-assed. The recent ones, they're like really, he seems too pretentious. I don't know if he's fallen off the wagon, maybe. I don't know, maybe he's back on the stuff.
Just compare him to like Stallone interviews. Like, he seems very smart and funny, and he makes fun of himself.
Yeah, Stallone has a sense of humor, so Van Damme doesn't. Like, if you were to ask Van Damme a question about, like, what was the one movie you hate doing, probably Van Damme would not answer the question, or he'll walk around. And as Stallone, you ask him that question, openly he will admit, he will talk about Rhinestone, he will talk about Assassin.
He does. He makes fun of Rhinestone.
Yeah, he makes fun of Rhinestone. I mean, he doesn't put down Dolly Parton. He goes, she's perfect there. His question is, what the hell was he doing there?
He's like, why am I singing?
Why am I doing there? You know, he looks at himself, he laughs. Or he looks at some movies he's done, he admits some of the mistakes. Like, he talks about Judge Dredd openly. He says the biggest mistake was he shouldn't have taken off the helmet. You know, and he talks about Assassins, that he should have been darker. It should have been more about Assassins, not so much about hackers and this and that, you know.
I know one day, someday down the road, we will talk about Stallone movies.
Oh, Stallone, of course.
It will be, for me, a lot of, it'll really sound like I'm kissing ass because I like his movies.
I don't like his movies at all. I love his movies. I mean, Stallone, and since I was a kid, I always watched the Rocky films, I watched the Rambo films. Cobra has some fun to it, you know, Over the Top. So many movies, so many. I mean, that's Stallone. But for wrapping up, I guess, with Van Damme, he's let us down to a point where I don't think he could return. I think he's just giving his middle finger to the fans. So he's probably saying, well, the mainstream guys lived the generation. Who the fuck cares what the guy from Hills Have Eyes and that bald-headed kid from New York City say about me? Me and my black silk underwear and my booty in focus. You know, he probably that's what he thinks. But fuck Van Damme, you know. And That's all I gotta say
Yeah.
about it, pretty much. I mean, so how you want to wrap this up?
Well, you pretty much said it best. I mean, Van Damme has made a lot of good movies. I'm a
Yeah.
fan, but
For the turn of the century, he's most recently it's not been good.
no, and it looks like Stallone will end his career on a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Van Damme's going to end it on a whimper.
On a
And it didn't
whimper,
have to
or just to impress the highbrow people. It seems like that's what he wants to impress, really. He wants the highbrow audience. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about the fans. Well, you know, at least that's my opinion. You know, he really wants he wants their love. He don't want the love of the people that helped get him there. You know, Stallone.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because Stallone, at least Stallone's like, okay, I know. Hey, he has a good relationship with the people. I mean, when he talks to them, he keeps an eye on his sites. Like when everybody was worried about 50 Cent, what he did, he got rid of 50 cents. He got Terry Crews, okay. You know,
Yeah.
he keeps an eye on that stuff. Okay, there was a thing about the Rambo film that was going to be a science fiction type of vibe to it. I was curious about it, but a lot of people were not happy about it. Okay, Stallone tossed it out the window. Fine.
Even then, people are like, oh, you shouldn't make a Rambo 5, and then he's like, well, I probably won't.
Well, I mean, 4 ended on a good note. I mean, it would have still been nice to see him back, but it was full circle, you know, at least in my humble opinion. I mean, it ended a lot better than Rambo 3's ending, in my opinion, because, you know, left more. I mean, Rambo 3 is a good movie, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just the way to end the franchise, just him driving off, just didn't seem right, but ended it the way Rambo 4 ended, with him just going down the road with the score and making it home. It's just full circle to me, you know.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. But I guess that's all for now, because I have 2 a.m. on my end, and this has been a fun time, you know. It's talking about movies that we love once again, and films that we've split on, you know, but we still respect each other's point of view and stuff.
Exactly.
It's cool and everything like that. And movies like we hate to death, like of course Regeneration, and movies we're not looking forward to, and I don't know what else to say. And but I want to thank you. Yeah, he needs to get his shit together. You know, stop cracking walnuts with his asshole. You know, like he talks about what he did in the Universal Soldier DVD. You know, and stuff.
Exactly.
And stuff. But
This is Matt, aka Ramble Raft for Life, and thank you everybody for watching and listening. And I have been joined with.
is Efree. Sierra 12 is here to stay. And once again, thank you all for taking your time to listen to the 2 guys over here. You know, Schneider from Deep Star 6 and Doug from Hills Have Eyes and stuff like that. And it's been fun talking about these films, you know, the ones we hate. And thank you all for tuning in. And I want to bid you all a good night, farewell, have a nice day, paso una buen días. And buenas noches.
We will see you at the movies.
At the movies, indeed.
Have a good night.
There you go. Okay.